ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Bust. I was surprised. I forgot that there was a bunch of rotating blocks of sand, cobble, and dirt left upon my bed from the previous episode, but that is no matter because we are continuing on in Farlands or Bust here to the Farlands, as the name of the series would indicate, in episode 437. 437? Traveling along with Wolfie. Hey, when did we get Wolfie? We got Wolfie in episode 32. We missed his Wolfiversity. Wolfiversity? Sounds like a Wolf University. Wolf Anniversary is the combination of words I was looking for there. But yeah, we got him in episode 32, I think. So we've had Wolfie here for over 400 episodes. The longest-lived wolf in all of Minecraft history. Maybe. Probably not. I have no idea, to be honest. That's not really the record we're keeping track of. We are keeping track of, however, how much money we're raising for Child's Play charity over at farlandsorbust.com. We are up to $18,275 raised, 36% of the way to our $50,000 goal here for Season 5. Thanks for everybody who keeps donating over at farlandsorbust.com, like I said. As you continue donating, I'm going to continue walking to the Farlands. And when we do reach that $50,000, I will press F3 at the end of the Flobathon live stream celebration held to commemorate the end of Season 5, but only when and if we reach that $50,000 goal, which I think is fairly plausible that we will. Fairly plausible indeed. Oh, I forgot to mention, hey, it's Monday. Timestamp this episode. It's Monday, January 12th. 2015. So that's a thing that I started doing recently. Yeah, early on in the episodes, I didn't say what date it was, and I figured that's probably a good idea. As our civilization gets buried under the sands of time, and some future generation of humanoid uncovers a hard drive full of videos of this person walking to the Farlands in this long-lost video game known as Minecraft. It might be worthwhile that they know the dates upon which these events took place. Maybe, maybe not. I'm probably overstating the longevity of the series, who knows, but we're doing it. We're doing it regardless. Woof. Woof? Echo, hello? Hello there, how are you? Doing all right? Oh, there's a lot of barks of wolves. Dances. I'm dancing with the wolves, perhaps. Yeah, but that rocket launch that we talked about and then got delayed and then talked about and then got delayed and then talked about again. SpaceX launched the Dragon capsule atop the Falcon 9 successfully Saturday morning, and just right now, just this morning, the Dragon capsule docked or was grappled and then birthed, I think is the correct terminology, to the International Space Station. They will be due to open the hatch and ingress to retrieve all of the items and supplies that the Dragon capsule brought to the International Space Station. Tomorrow, I believe, is when that happens, so A+, another successful Dragon mission from SpaceX. Additionally, part of that mission, as I mentioned, we are getting some crazy terrain generation lately, aren't we? It really should have no indication as to how far we're getting. This is just random stuff that could happen at 0-0 near the spawn. But it is very interesting and very Farlands-esque, is it not? Neat. Ooh, that's gonna be a crazy thumbnail, is it not? People are gonna be like, what the heck is going on? But the other part of that mission was to attempt to land that first stage, the Falcon 9. It's a 14-story tall first stage. Turn around and land back at, not at the launch site, but 200 miles off the coast on a floating landing pad on a barge. And they did attempt such a thing as this, and as was mentioned earlier, there was a 50-50 shot of it successfully landing, and it did go into that 50% of failure. Not so much failure, I mean, it really wasn't, this wasn't a mission objective, so when people say, oh, it failed to land, it was a failure, no, this really wasn't a mission objective. The mission objective was to get the Dragon capsule to the International Space Station, and like I said, that was a resounding success once again. But this was kind of an optional test to try to land the first stage on this barge. Got close. Actually, it landed, air quotes, on the pad. Consider for a moment the fact that this first stage went many thousands of miles per hour up and above the atmosphere to deliver its its payload to orbit, turned around, and then tried to come back and land on what was a very small target in the middle of the ocean. Got close. Unfortunately, Elon Musk says they didn't get any video or images, any good video or images of the attempt because weather was bad. There was a lot of fog, so it's possible maybe that led to some of the issues, but from preliminary looks, and actually the barge was recently brought back into shore, back into port, I suppose, in Florida, and there were some people, news people and enthusiasts, space enthusiasts, who stood by and took pictures. There appears to be damage. The barge is okay and definitely reusable. Damage and debris off to the side, like there's a bullseye with the SpaceX logo quite off to the side, so definitely not a pinpoint landing attempt. They say it hit hard, so it probably came in faster than they anticipated, obviously, and off to the side, so it's possible it kind of just, ooh, that's interesting, let's not go towards it. It's interesting and dangerous and deadly and hot, lava, magma, liquid hot magma. But you know, good for the fact that it even found the barge. This is all automated stuff. There's nobody back at SpaceX headquarters controlling the first stage, landing it back on the pad. So that's very, they say they learned a lot, and they're very optimistic for the next attempt. There's many more launches for SpaceX, not just for the International Space Station, but commercial launches that they'll be reattempting this sort of thing on. So very, very interesting stuff indeed. Very interesting stuff indeed. It would have been, I suppose, more interesting as somebody who is interested in space flight and such things to have had some sort of video to see what perhaps went wrong, or the situations or conditions surrounding the landing attempt. But it doesn't seem like we're going to get that, unfortunately. But close, but no cigar. No 14-story tall cigar of a rocket landing. But cool stuff all around, anyway. Cool stuff indeed. We live in the future, where rockets try to re-land themselves back at their launch sites. It's crazy, crazy times to be alive. Crazy. Indeed. So, we're continuing on here. Are we not, Wolfie? We are indeed. Did this Minecraft day not seem much longer than previous ones? I've got some new Far Lands or Bust office equipment news. I did finally make a decision about the keyboard and mouse situation. I went with Corsair. It's a little bit out of sorts for me. I've normally been... I can't say I have a brand for computer accessories, but traditionally gone Logitech. My mouse was the Logitech MX518 or X518, whatever. The very popular mouse. Keyboard was not a Logitech, but I went with Corsair. I went with the Corsair K70 I'm using right now, and the Corsair M45 optical mouse. I've had bad luck with laser mooses. I've had bad luck with the laser mouses, so I went with optical. So far, I was a little bit concerned. In the pictures, the mouse seems kind of small, but it's actually bigger than meets the eye, and it's comfortable so far. This is kind of some of the first times I'm using it here. Oh, I almost punched Wolfie, so perhaps I got to get used to the clickiness of it, but so far so good, feeling all right. It was kind of, and perhaps maybe I'll talk about this. Maybe I'll kind of do a little bit of a quick overview or tour in a vlog or something. Didn't want to do, I don't want to do unboxing videos and stuff. I don't know. I don't personally see much of a point unless you're going to be like reviewing, critiquing a product. The unboxing part of it really doesn't make too much sense to me, but maybe I could have done that. But maybe I'll do this in a vlog. But yeah, well, let's go to sleep and we'll continue kind of slightly discussing this as much as we can without any sort of visual aids in the morning. And new keyboards and mouseness. Indeed. I do find it to be actually slightly... seems quieter. It's a mechanical keyboard. It uses the Cherry MX Reds. My previous keyboard used the Cherry MX Browns, and I felt like that was slightly louder. It was going for the Corsair was kind of a aesthetic reason. I looked at the Logitech keyboards, and they just seemed too ugly. A little bit like overdone. They had a lot of the little macro G keys, they call them, and I have never in my entire life used macro keys or programmed any sort of inputs into my gaming keyboards, which I suppose begs the question why even get a gaming keyboard at all. But it was a lot of it was an aesthetic decision. This one has this is the first keyboard. I kind of forgot about that, but this is the first keyboard. Cheaty Snow. Poof! Now you see it, now you don't. This is the first keyboard I've ever gotten with backlight keys. They had I was considering getting the blue black backlight of the keyboard, but then it really wouldn't match. I'm very matchy. If anything, I try to match. That's why I got both the Corsair mouse and whoa gosh lava and the Corsair keyboard. They match. I like the mouse has a nice kind of, I want to say sandpapery, like a very fine grit sandpaper, but it's not really sandpaper, obviously. The sides, nice grip on the mouse. So far I'm liking that. And a nice heavy scroll wheel. If that's one thing I didn't like so much about the MX518 is that the scroll wheel was kind of small and rubbery. This one's nice and it's got some nice tactile feedback. It at least looks like it's made out of a metal or aluminum or something. But so far, so happy. And working on the keyboard, the MX Reds are a little bit sensitive. I've found myself resting my fingers on home row and accidentally, just ever so slightly, putting some sort of pressure on the keys, and therefore it activates the switch. So it takes a little bit getting used to, but they seem a little bit quieter. I know a lot of people, especially with doing YouTube, they feel like they want quiet keyboards and stuff. I've gotten mixed feedback about that. Some people really enjoy hearing, I don't know if you can hear that. The click seems a little bit quieter too on this mouse. Hearing the clicks on the keyboard to actually kind of understand that I, as the player, am putting inputs into the computer and it correlates to what they're watching on the screen. That, of course, is in stark contrast. I tried a different microphone that was mounted on the, what is this thing called, desk, and you heard all of the inputs just vibrate right through the desk and into the microphone, and that was no good. We got rid of that microphone, but yeah, I'm okay. For the first time using it, it's all right. Like I said, I've already been using a mechanical keyboard, so I'm a little bit used to it. These keys seem like a fraction of a millimeter smaller than the keys on the other keyboard, so that has taken a little bit of getting used to. Excuse me, Wolfie. Excuse me. But otherwise, I'm all right. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy so far, and it is aesthetically pleasing. It is aesthetically pleasing to my eyes. And they say they also included these additional like gamer replaceable keycaps, which a lot of people were asking. Oh, I hope the W key is strong. Yes, there's replaced. There are keys that can be replaced, including the WASD. So I have backups. So yeah, that's a little bit of a oopgrade for the Farlands Bust offices. In addition to, they match. Maybe this was intentional or unintentional. I don't remember, but I got the curtains of mild audio reverb reduction that I've added to my office are maroon, a red maroon, and it matches the red backlighting, the LED backlighting on both the keyboard and the mouse. Very fancy, very with it, very consistent interior design choices I'm making here. No, not really. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm just winging it, guys. I'm just winging it. But yeah, so far so good. I haven't installed. One of the things I haven't done. I haven't installed any of the software. That's one of the things I started not to like about Logitech, is the software was very overwrought and it impeded a lot of things, I felt. So I'm running software free for both the mouse and the keyboard. I know I'm missing out on some of the features, like you can customize the backlighting. I didn't get one of the RGB ones. I don't know why this is such a big thing now, but now there's all the keyboards. Logitech has one, Razer has one, Corsair has one. Have these RGB, like each individual key has a RGB possible backlight, and you can have crazy rainbow colors flowing and moving and responding. And I don't quite understand that. I just got the plain old red. That's all I need. I don't need no fancy pants backlighting. And it's even caught me off guard a couple times at night when I've got the lights off and I walk past my office and I see, what is that big glowing red lights? Christmas lights on my desk. Oh, that's right, it's the keyboard. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, so far so good. I think I'm happy. I think I've made the correct choice. Now, if I can only apply these choice-making skills to that of purchasing a new automobile. Automobile? Because, ugh, that's gross. Of course, it's not like I had to go to a keyboard dealership and negotiate with a keyboard salesman or anything like that, so it's a completely different animal, to which I'm not looking forward to slaying said animal. In the last episode, this is a gigantic floating tree, is it not? This tree is defying the laws of physics and gravity, and I'm very confused. In the last episode, I took a lot of questions from Twitter. There were a lot of leftover ones, a lot of leftovers. Took home a doggy bag. Left them in the fridge. Now they're going kind of funky, and they're like, should I eat this, or should I just throw this away? But I will eat them. I will eat these questions, because I'm going to start answering them right now. Let's see. Oh, here we go. There was a few questions about where I'm currently living, compared to where I have lived. And I'm still, I don't know, I could just flat out say, I've moved here. Careful, Wolfie. But, I kind of want to have some sort of grand reveal about it, but it's probably not going to happen. It's not a big deal, whatever, I moved, whatever. But let me just answer some of these questions from Twitter that people asked. From Andy Bro. Andy Bro, my bro Andy. Andy Bro, what is the best thing about your new house? Do you have a fancy toilet or feature that's cool or different than what you're used to? It's kind of fun. One of the big funny things about when Notch purchased his new Beverly Hills home is that it had, very expensive toilets that did something fancy. I don't know what they did. But no fancy toilets or anything like that. I'm not sure. I still am getting, really still getting used to the place. Both the location and the home itself. But I'll say probably the best thing is that I have a backyard. Previously, and I mentioned this before, I was living on a second floor unit, and I just had a small deck and to which I was not allowed. Then I got in trouble for having a charcoal grill on that deck and had to remove that. But now I have my own private backyard. Not huge or anything like that. It's kind of more of a courtyard than a backyard, but it's a back area with a patio. I've got the grill. I've got some trees, a fence for potential future canine holding within said yard and fence. So that's probably so far the best thing. Also a 2-car garage as opposed to the 1-car garage. But yeah, right now that's probably the best, most different kind of thing compared to the previous place. Otherwise, it's pretty much equivalent in terms of its square footage, but it is its own little standalone thing here that I'm you know, pretty happy about. It's got, like I said, the yard and stuff. So that is probably. But yeah, I've not been here long enough to have really taken advantage or kind of explored, oh, I could do this sort of thing now that I wasn't able to do back at the previous place, etc., etc. So we're still figuring things out. Let's see here. As the sun sets, let's think of a place to do the next elevated hidey hole. Not really digging the area. Here we go. A nice opening. A clearing, if you will. Whoops. Come on. Come on. Oop. Yep, there's the keyboard. See, I think the keys are like slightly smaller. I missed some of the keys there as I was typing, but it's just stuff you'll get used to. I'm sure when I had the other keyboard, I was like, ugh. Ugh. Alright, yeah, let's go to sleep, and we'll continue answering questions and walking to the far lands in the morning. And there's a little fuzzball on my microphone, and it's kind of annoying me. Stop looking at the microphone, Kurt. You're playing video games. Pay attention to the video game. Man. LabTech901 from Twitter asks, how are the roads in your new home compared to Chicago? Does it make it more or less fun to drive around? Again, something I've not been able to do is to really drive around on my own, to really enjoy the new location and explore. I mean, I've kind of explored. I'll certainly say that, without giving too much away, much better roads than Chicago. There could be, which is why I'm up in the air about what type of car I want to get. There could be some fun roads that actually are fun to drive on, as opposed to Chicagoland. It's basically straight roads or traffic, or there's no hills or mountains or anything. There's no winding curves to enjoy as a driving enthusiast. So there could potentially be some of those here, which is why I'm like, well, I could get, a sensible car, whatever, or I could get one where I could actually take advantage of this situation I'm in, but, that isn't necessarily the most economical of decisions to be made. But yeah, a lot better roads, a lot better on the traffic. I'll certainly be talking about that, probably maybe in vlogs, or if I do like the drivey vlog. Vlog? No, that doesn't sound good. We'll talk about the differences in traffic patterns between Chicago and the new place. Interesting stuff ahead. Stay tuned, everybody. Stay tuned. Please subscribe if you haven't, or if you have recently unsubscribed, like a vast majority of you have. Yep, went off the WASD again. All right, back on. There we go. So, yeah, there's that. Thank you for that question. Our friend Axel Rosie asks, how do you feel after having posted... Oh, this isn't about the house at all. How do you feel after having posted your first vlog video? Does the feedback make you feel more comfortable about it? Yes, it does. Granted, the majority of the feedback was about my beard and not necessarily the vlog, but, people say that they enjoyed it at least, so perhaps my my earlier nerves about it and hesitation were at ease. It was definitely it made me feel good. The feedback, it was a good way to start the new year, I suppose. So yeah, I suppose there's still some nerves there, and I'm still trying to think of ideas. Okay, what else can I do aside from just sitting in front of the camera and talking about doing vlogging? I could do show the new mouse and keyboard thing. I should. I don't know. talk about other stuff. So I suppose it's more now coming up with ideas and trying to maintain interest, I suppose. So soon, things are ramping up. It's not yet going to be a daily thing, or even obviously weekly yet. I'll definitely try to get one in, and before we head off to PAX South at the end of the month, and probably I'll try to do my best to try to think of some things to record at PAX South, either maybe just little clips or that I can mush together, taken from my phone, and upload those, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. It is all a learning experience. But yes, I do appreciate the feedback, and of course the question here. Whoa, what is this kind of cool cube? It's a cube. It's kind of a pre-built place to make a house. Except for that little ominous darkness in the corner. Huh, that's weird. It's weird, I say. It's weird. Let's see here. Oh, here's a question from a donation to Child's Play charity from Kent DE. So perhaps Kent from Germany, maybe? I don't know. But Kent asks, before you stopped, what was your soft drink of preference? I don't know. I didn't really have much of a preference. I think I preferred Pepsi to Coke. It tasted a little bit sweeter than Coke. I liked root beer. When I was a lot younger, I enjoyed cream soda. Cream soda. But it was really heavy. But I did enjoy cream soda. The occasional cream soda. Wasn't much of a Sprite person or anything. But yeah, I really didn't have too much of a preference. You know, if I went to a restaurant, I'd order a Coke. Oh, we only have Pepsi? Okay, whatever, who cares? I didn't see that huge of a difference in taste between the two. Also, if someone temptingly dangled a bottle of it in front of you, okay, would you grab it? No. Woof. No, and it's often, you go to get-togethers or events or restaurants, and it's offered up to me. I'm not like, ooh, should I get a Coke or anything like that? It's actually, I'm quite turned off by the prospect of drinking fizzy sugared soda drinks, simply because the last couple times, even though it's been years, the last couple times I do remember it, it's really upsets my stomach and makes me all gargly and that's the noise my stomach makes, by the way, in case you were wondering, for future reference. If you hear that noise, you know I'm nearby, and I'm having some problems. In the stomach location. But yeah, no, I'm not at all. I'm not at all tempted in any regard. I mean, I could. It's not like anybody's denying me it. I'm an adult. I could go out and buy Coke right now if I wanted to, but I do not wish such things as these upon myself. So I will not. I will not. Oh, watch out. Ooh. So I appreciate the donation and the question about the sodas, the pops, if you will. A question from Twitter. Vent666, do you use beard oil or other products in your epic beards? Obviously revealed during the vlog thingy. I do, and I'm still kind of experimenting with various types. So yeah, I've got the beard oil. I recently got a beard shampoo, which comes in a cube, like a bar of soap form, which is interesting. And also beard wax, which is kind of, in using it, I found it to be a lot like the beard oil, but in wax form. Hey, a spawner! This one we are actually allowed to explore because it is unearthed. You've taken a bunch of damage recently. What is wrong? What is wrong, man? What, or dog, wolf, whatever. You're not a man. I don't think you are, anyway. So yeah, I do, and maybe, hey, that's even, I thought maybe that's another. I will show off, I will review, you know, like female vloggers do makeup reviews and stuff. I will review, or at least just show the types of beard products that I use. Yeah, well, there is really nothing in here, is there? Nothing at all. Nothing at all. This was a boring spawner, so we shall leave it. 'Tis a silly place. Oh, we got a bunch of sand, too. Boop, bop, beep, bop, beep, beep. And boop. Boop, boop. Alright. So yeah, I do. I don't know the names of the brands or anything. I don't know the types or anything like that, but I do. It's probably a requirement. I have noticed on many occasions that the old beard gets quite wily and out of control if it is not put in control. And actually, I've just started to realize, despite washing my hands and stuff like that, I get questions from the people who know me as to why I'm always playing with the beard or the mustache part of the beard. It's hard not to. If you had hair growing out of your face, would you not kind of fiddle with it and be like, this is new? So it is kind of a nervous tick, and unfortunately, with the use of beard oils and or waxes, that gets on your hands, and I'm already noticing, even though I've only had it for 2 days, I'm drowning. All right, the keyboard and the mouse, I'm noticing some greasiness on the keys and the side of the mouse, probably residual beard residue. Ew. So that shouldn't cause too much of a problem with the mouse and the keyboard, but I keep an eye on that. They're a lot more high maintenance than you think, these beards. These beards we have. Some people think, oh, you just stop shaving and voila. No. It's kind of annoying. I don't know. Not annoying, but just it takes some effort that you may not have realized. Let's do something strange and make a hidey hole in some clay. That's right, this red stuff that you guys see is actually clay with this texture pack. Kind of using a variation on the standard Minecraft texture pack. Oh wait. So yeah, this is clay. I think this is probably our first clay-based hidey hole. Interesting choice. Hopefully... Nope, that's kind of what I thought was going to happen. Dang it! Alright, we got to light things up here first of all. Is the outside lit up? Outside's lit up, so let's secure that. Awesome. Is this something we can do? This is something we can do. Alright, let's do that. I didn't realize it made the sand noise when you placed it. Is that still the case, or is it more of a block? I know you got the clay blocks now, but is like regular clay sand, or is it clay? Who knows? We will never find out, because we really don't play that version of the game that much, but yeah. Alright, he says, nervously trying to think of something else to say. This has been episode 437 of Farlands or Bust. Do appreciate you for tagging along. Keep going to farlandsorbust.com to give to Child's Play charity and ask questions and whatnot there. And yeah, I think that about wraps it up, does it not? Wolfie? Yes, it wraps it up. I was not at all waiting about 10 years to pick that up, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time.